Hello and welcome to this chat view with Ursula O'Connell and the English sisters. Hello Ursula.
Hello girls, how are you today?
We're feeling great.
Yeah.
And we know that, you are famous for being a really good business coach.
So we're very honoured, yeah. We're
We're
very
looking
honoured.
forward to getting some really good tips here.
Yes, we are.
Do you actually train, do you have, what's it called?
What do you want to name?
Some of your clients
clients.
coaches or, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, with the business coaching, I work with people who want to grow their business and expand it. I suppose a lot of things that hold people back are their beliefs.
Yeah.
And, there's always, not always, but you find with people who aren't where they want to be in their business or even in their life, that a lot of their beliefs are holding them back, which is, standard NLP. Most coaches know that. But it's about kind of working together with their, the spirituality of their business as well, which a lot of people ignore, because just as with a person that, your mind, body and spirit should be in sync, the same goes for business. There are different facets of a business. And if you concentrate on one area more tthan another, something's going to suffer.
Wow,
So
that's really interesting, isn't it?
That's really
I
interesting.
never thought about it like that.
Well, when you say spirituality, what exactly do you mean by that?
I suppose it's to do with the culture of the business and what their overall culture is, what their ethos is, and how they, what they really believe to be true about their, about their business and how they give back,
Right.
So if you, a lot of it has to do and is mixed up with the spirituality of the person as well. It's you can meet some very hard-nosed business people who will work down a certain way all the time, and they can be very successful in many areas of their business. But you'll find that there's one area that is just, it's going to pull them down, and it has pulled people down.
So that's what's stopping them, really making it big or really, making it to where they want to be. They feel as if there's a little bit of their business that's not going quite right.
I understand that because it's like...
It's like if they've got a little bit missing, pulling at them.
because they're not congruent with it perhaps inside.
Yeah.
There's something that's not quite right about what perhaps they're doing. They don't realise it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Now that's just one area of what's involved in the whole process. Also, systemizing people's businesses and kind of getting them running much more efficiently is another area as well. But I love working with people on their kind of on their beliefs and on their kind of balancing. I'm a great believer in balance. I think everything has a balance, and I think the same as in nature. Like nature abhors a vacuum, and the same goes with people. If you take something away, you've got to put something back in again, to fill that.
Lovely.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It does. If you take something away, you've got to put something back in.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting, actually. Yeah. And that's so interesting with businesses as well. I would have never really thought about it that way.
No, but I suppose it
really makes sense.
It's got to do with like what you say, with the ecology of the person, with the whole balance.
Yeah.
And also with, I suppose, with the motivation, because if there is something missing, they're not going to be really motivated to keep going forwards and keep on pushing themselves and challenging themselves and going that extra mile.
That's true. Whatever you're working towards must be compelling enough to motivate you, because, some people say that they don't have goals and they don't have any motivation. As humans, we're always moving towards something. So we are always motivated to eat our dinner, to have a cup of coffee, to meet our friends. So it's whatever is, when you want to get someplace, is it compelling enough that you want to become motivated enough to get there?
That's
Is
right.
I get it. It's like, do you really want that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps they don't really want it and they're not quite aware of it.
Yeah, I suppose you uncover a lot of this in your coaching. You uncover a lot of business people that say they really want to be here, but then you really find that they'd rather be over there. Is that right?
What's not working in your business? Like what is it, that isn't working, well for you, and what areas? It's finding the weakness. I can go in and do a training needs analysis as well, to find out like the weak areas and point out where the training needs to be done in the business, But also I do vision boards are very good for business. Yeah.
That sounds like fun. It does.
They're very fun.
What are they?
Serious. It's I believe business should be fun, and like everything should be fun.
Yeah. So how do you do these vision boards? Do you put pictures up or little bits of things that anchor feelings? How do you do them?
All of that. Yeah, all of that. So I kind of speak to them about goals and motivation, and obviously, their belief system, their values are very, because if you're going to go work with something which is, incongruent with your values, it's not going to work out very well. So it's important that whatever you're working at is congruent with your values, whatever they may be, So maybe I can help people find out, what their values are, even though that's a fairly easy process generally. So, and get them to work towards that so that things work out much better in the long term for them, and, their lives and their businesses become much more successful. Another thing you find is anybody who gets coaching done, that, even if it's for their business, every area of their life improves.
That's
because
right. That's what we
start
find.
change.
Of course it does, because it's all in balance, isn't it?
Well, it's all intertwined. It's one mind,
yes,
isn't it?
Of course it is. It's not like the business is over there and you're here. It's all together, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's even like, say, in an unrelated field, if you take up fitness, say, if you start doing jogging or things, you'll start noticing that affects other areas of your life as well. So it's the same with coaching.
Yeah.
You go for coaching for your business thinking, this is just going to be a business
meeting.
Yeah, and in
Ursula.
the end, you find that you're completely, wow, what's hit me? I feel new, I feel wow.
That's true, yeah. Because, if, like with most businesses, again, you're going back to the values. And if generally people who have successful businesses have them in line with their values, if you look at the really successful business people, they live through their values. They run their businesses through their values, and they become very successful because of that. Now, your values and your beliefs can also be very much intertwined. Kind of whatever you believe to be true, and be that in your life or your business. You get some people who, might be out of work, and they might feel that because they're out of work, that they're finding it harder to get a job. They might think that, one of their beliefs might be, it's easier to get a job when you're in a job.
Yeah,
that's common, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and, it's quite a well-known saying, but is it true?
It would seem obvious that it was easier to get a job if you're not in a job because you've got time to look for a job.
Yeah. But it's just almost as if somebody else wants me.
Yeah.
So the other person's going to want me too. I think that's how the feeling may be.
Scarcity thing, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that kind of everybody wants something that somebody else has.
Yeah, it's like the toy thing, isn't it? You've got a child's playing with the toy, the other kid will immediately want that toy.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily true with jobs. Not at all.
No, not at all.
So we're going to destroy that.
People believe, it's certainly something that a lot of people believe. But there are other beliefs like that, as we all know, as you girls know, from working with people, and as any coach knows, that it's important to get right in there to their belief system and see what's going on there and see what's holding them back so that they can move forward.
So can you give us an example of values for someone, say, that isn't into coaching or NLP? What would examples of values be?
Okay, somebody honesty or integrity.
All right.
Family might be very strong. I mean, somebody who would have very strong values with, honesty and integrity, and they would never compromise those. But until it came to their family, and then they would do anything to protect their children or their family.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we get you now. Don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's amazing, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's amazing
So
because people
It's
aren't
amazing
aware
what's
of it.
behind
Yeah, it's all behind. When you start unpeeling all these layers, it's when you get
Goodness
down to
me.
the core. And it's something that's so easy for someone like you with the qualifications to actually just, see through all that and say, look, I can help you. I know what I'm doing.
I can see clearly.
I can see clearly where
It's
your
like the
business.
song, yeah.
Put the vision board out. I bet you they all say, wow, at the end of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's fantastic.
And is there anything else you're into, Ursula? Is there any other areas, or do you mainly concentrate on business?
I do. I'm finding I'm doing more and more personal coaching. I'm doing more personal development work as such.
Yeah.
I feel I'm being drawn into that area more, and I have found that a lot of my business clients have had a lot of personal issues that I've helped them with before we actually started the business coaching program. You know, so it's that I feel that's very important to work that out as well for them.
Yeah.
But I have a few workshops coming up. I have one coming up in France in the end of February.
Ooh, France! That sounds lovely. Whereabouts in France?
Champagne in France. We're doing a little
very glamorous.
It's a workshop combined with a luxury break retreat as such.
That sounds like
So-
our style. That's what we like. Yeah, it sounds gorgeous. So when's that coming up? What month is that
February.
coming up in? February.
The end of February.
Oh, so that's not long for you now. You'll be
No.
packing your suitcases soon.
Yeah. Champagne is in the northeast of France, so it's not it's not as if it's going to be kind of a really sunny break and away from.
It'll be pleasant
blue-
now.
No, but it'll just be a pleasant. It's just a change of.
Oh, absolutely, and so it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that, and there's just a few places. We're just making a few places available on it, so that everybody who is on it will get top attention. Will get the best attention.
That's good.
So that's going to be good, and
That's good.
that now, and I'm doing kind of I've done kind of one-off vision board workshops as well. Because I know I use them as part of my business coaching, but I think people out in everyday life find them useful as well to find out their goals, especially in these times. There's a lot of economic challenges around, and there's a lot of people in a lot of trouble, and they do need this kind of work. So I try to make it accessible to them as much as possible.
Well, it's lovely.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah,
So
because
that's
people
you
are a
giving
bit.
back, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely you giving back. Yeah, because
I think
there's a
it's-
lot of depression around, isn't there? Around the work,
There's
Yeah,
no
a
need
lot
to
of-
be.
Yeah, there's a lot of negativity and a lot of negative beliefs around it as well. So if I can help with that at all, I really like to do that, because I think it's very important. It's much nicer to be surrounded by happy people than to see everybody around with long faces on them,
Oh, absolutely.
Oh goodness me! Well, yeah, then it's
Well,
contagious.
happiness creates wealth, doesn't it? And
Yeah,
abundance, and good feelings, and it gets all your resources, your internal resources going, doesn't it? When you're in a
creates
happy
success. Yeah,
Success.
success.
Yeah.
state. Okay, and where can people contact you? Have you got a website? Yes, you have, because we've seen
Yeah,
it. And
it's lovely.
www.ursulaoconnell.com,
Well, that's
and
easy.
they can contact me there. Or on my Facebook page, I have Ursula O'Connell Business on Facebook.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
And
I'm
you're
sure
on
lots-
Twitter as well. aren't you?
Yeah.
I am on Twitter, yeah. I tend to forget about Twitter sometimes, and I should really
Should
use
go
it
back
more.
to it.
Go back to little birdie.
The little birdie has a lot of international connections that are
It
very
does
powerful.
indeed. Yes.
Yeah, little birdie.
It's not
Yeah.
to be underestimated, the
No,
little blue birdie,
no,
is it?
no. It's a very powerful means of getting the business around as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
It's a
Mhm.
great way.
It
Okay,
is actually.
Ursula, then. Bye-bye.
Okay, lovely talking to you.
And we hope to meet you in
This morning,
person
and I
soon.
must say thank you so much. You're just really lovely.
Thank you.